So I'm back to solo casting. I think that's what I'm meant to do, man. I think that's my destiny. I tried to kind of change things around on the channel a little bit at the beginning of this new channel, kind of starting fresh with YouTube. Yeah, kind of leaning into like more video essay stuff, slightly more highly edited things, nothing too crazy, just kind of messing around with like scripted stuff and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just wasn't having as much fun with it. It just seemed a little stale. I don't know, man. I think the freeform vibe is where it's at for me, man. I think that might be my calling when it comes to making videos and whatnot. So yeah, man, I decided to go ahead and start a new solo cast for the new channel. I'll probably be doing most of my content through this solo cast stuff. This is going to be kind of a channel update episode, I guess, sort of, and I'll get into more of what this show is going to be and more of some of the other shows I got planned and just the like content structure and stuff like that. But I'll also be getting into some semi-reviews of some stuff I've watched recently and some stuff I'll be watching soon. So yeah, man, stay tuned throughout the episode. We'll get past the update stuff and we'll get into that. And I'm also going to be using timestamps a lot. So check the description for the timestamps and you can jump around if you want to skip past the channel intro stuff. But I don't know, man. I kind of feel like this is where the magic happens, man. I like the just chill, vibey, conversational kind of thing. That's kind of what I want to go for, I think, man. I kind of tried to get away from it for some reason. I don't know. I think I was maybe influenced by different content I was watching. I watch a lot of YouTube, so I think that might have had something to do with me wanting to get more into video essays and stuff like that and kind of make more highly edited content. But in doing so, I kind of discovered that, I don't know, this wasn't quite as fun as like a solo cast is, or as like something just kind of off the cuff, off the dome, some bullet point notes and just kind of rocking with it. I don't know, man. I think that might be my vibe. But that's cool, though. That's what's cool about content creation and trying new things and trying different things. And that's kind of how you figure out what you like and don't like. At least for me, that's what I did. Because I started out with a solo cast on my horror movie review channel, and I kind of just felt a little boxed in because it was all horror movie based. The name, the branding, everything was just horror movie. And that's my favorite subgenre. Definitely going to talk about that probably more than anything else. But I do want to talk about other stuff that isn't horror related. Basically, this channel is going to be everything and anything I find entertaining. A lot of nostalgia, very 80s, 90s, early 2000s nostalgia driven, but also movies, TV shows, wrestling, creepy content, cryptids, stuff like that. So that's going to be kind of the basis of the type of stuff I'll talk about. A lot of nostalgic stuff, but also new stuff too. So I do watch new films and stuff like that too. New TV shows as well. So I'll be talking about new and old stuff all the time. I know it's not the most popular thing to do here on YouTube, but I'm definitely going for more of a variety channel kind of thing. And I want to kind of weigh maybe the pros and cons there. The cons obviously being the algorithm. It seems on YouTube, the algorithm likes for you to kind of stay in a lane, kind of pick a topic and pick a thing and kind of go with that. And all your videos should kind of be related around that. And I don't know, it's kind of the same problem I ran into with my old channel and it being just horror movie related stuff and me wanting to talk about other stuff too. For example, I love talking about wrestling, but I couldn't imagine myself only making videos about wrestling. Like, I feel like I would just get burnt out very quickly. I feel like it would just be hard for me to like maintain momentum, maybe grasping at straws, trying too many different ideas to try to like keep myself into it. Cause I feel like that's what I was doing with the video essays and stuff like that. And it's like, man, you got to kind of listen to your gut sometimes and kind of roll with it if that's the way you got to go. And I know there's always the option of like juggling multiple channels, but I just don't really want to juggle multiple channels. I just kind of want to hone in on one. I don't want to have to feel like I'm balancing or, maybe not putting out enough content on one channel. Let's say I start a wrestling channel and a TV show channel and a horror movie channel and a creepy content channel. And then I'm doing a bunch of creepy content, a bunch of movie reviews, but then I feel like my TV shows and my wrestling stuff is kind of lacking. And I'm like, oh no, I got to get over there and make a wrestling video or a TV show video or whatever. Man, I just feel like if it's all on one channel, I can kind of, ebb and flow and visit things, revisit things, talk about things I just feel like talking about at the time. And it's all going to, the Johnny Blacklight channel. And so I don't have to worry so much about that. So that's kind of a pro when it comes to me, with this variety channel idea. Um, Again, the cons, like I say, is it's going to be hard for me algorithmically to get picked up with things if I'm talking about wrestling one day and Bigfoot the next day and like a 90s nostalgia one day and then, an A24 movie the next. I know it's going to be a little weird, but I'm not super worried about it, really. I'm not trying to blow up massively or anything. This is really just a hobby. I just like having fun with it. Seemingly why I'm going back to the solo cast thing, because that's the most fun I've had doing content since I started a few years ago. So, yeah, man, that's definitely where we're at with things. I'm kind of not super concerned with it. I just want to kind of roll with things and just kind of let things be. Let the niche audience build itself and kind of just roll with it. You know what I mean? So that's where we'll get into like more like channel structure stuff. That's where I feel like I'll probably be leaning a lot into like playlists. So basically like each topic video will have a playlist for that. Like it'll be a wrestling playlist, creepy stuff playlists, TV shows and movies, horror, all that good stuff. So you'll be able to come to the channel, jump in the playlist you want to jump into, and watch the kind of content you want to watch. And that's where we're also going to get into like the shows, like this show, the Blacklight Rewind. So what this one's mostly going to be is movies, TV shows. I'll probably save the wrestling for another show. Talk about that in a minute. Creepy content as well. So this is mostly just going to be my movies and TV show review and some 90s nostalgia, old school stuff, old school talk like that. Very loose, very free form. I'll still be doing reviews of like specific episodes and stuff like that. For example, I started a reviewing the X-Files series where I want to review all the episodes of the X-Files. And I started it in more of that video essay, short review, a little bit more edited. Got some clips and got some pictures and stuff like that in there. Got music. Probably going to drop that, but I'm still going to do the X-Files. So, but what I'll do is I'll bring the X-Files into this show here, the Blacklight Rewind. So, because what I kind of want to build is like some watch blocks. I have a list that we'll get into a little bit later in the episode that contains all the TV shows I want to add to the watch lists. So basically what I'll be doing is watching these shows throughout the week and then, taking some loose notes, some bullet points, stuff like that, and then bringing them to the Blacklight Rewind, and we'll just talk about them. I'll, just knock them out and do some reviews, kind of like a what we watched podcast or what I've watched recently podcast, basically is what the Blacklight Rewind is going to be. So another solo cast I'll be doing will be Review World Order. And I've already kind of played around with that. That's basically the wrestling videos you find here on the channel that I've done. I've done a few so far, some reviews of like PLEs and stuff like that, and some like what's going on in wrestling right now kind of videos. That's basically what Review World Order will be. So those will be like a very loose, very free form, what's going on in wrestling right now video. So those will have their own playlists, and I won't really, bring too much of that into Blacklight Rewind. That'll be saved for its own thing. So there's that. And then there will be a third show called the Blacklight File 237. And that's where we're going to talk about the creepy stuff and the cryptids, and we're going to do like kind of like that reaction video where I reacted to the creepy TikToks and stuff like that. We'll be looking at weird Reddit stories, be talking about cryptids, going to Cryptid Wiki, looking at odd videos and strange stories and whatnot, all that fun stuff. So that'd be the fun, creepy late night show. And like I said too, I'll be relying heavily on clips. So I'll be, cutting clips from all these 3 shows and posting little shorts and stuff on TikTok. Short video clips of like, say a movie review we do here on Blacklight Rewind, or, TV episode reviews. I can just pop those up, pop up those little clips and boom, you can just watch the review, 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes, something like that. So yeah, man, just very freeform, very loose, very chill vibes. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for here. Just getting away from all that like structuring and like trying to get things to be just right. Kind of, just kind of going with it, man. I feel like that's where I'm the most comfortable and that's where I have the most fun. And I feel like that's the most important thing for me.